Auto News Talk. It's good to be back.
And honestly, looking at the research we've got today, it feels like we're not just talking about cars.
Not at all.
It feels like we're talking about the economy, about, well, a massive split in how people are living and buying things.
It really is. Economists have that term, a K-shaped economy.
I've heard that. That's where one group shoots way up and does great, and the other group sort of trends downward.
Exactly. And that is a perfect description for what's happening in the auto world right now. It is the story.
It's like a tale of two dealerships. On one side, you have new cars becoming these, I don't know, exclusive luxury items.
Right, behind a velvet rope.
Yeah. And on the other side, the mass market is just scrambling for used cars, older cars, and this is the part I really want to get into, used EVs.
That's the fascinating twist. But before we get there, we have to talk about the pressure cooker creating this whole situation.
What's at stake here?
Well, we're at a point where a $1,000 monthly car payment is becoming normal.
$1,000.
A month.
That changes everything. It changes who can buy, how dealers operate, the entire relationship.
Wow. I mean, that's a mortgage payment in a lot of places.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start at the top of that, Kay. The new car world. We have a market analysis here that's, well, it's pretty startling.
It's a huge reality check. The data basically shows the average person is being evicted from the new car market.
Evicted is a strong word, but the numbers, they kind of back it up. The share of new car buyers earning under $100,000 has just plummeted.
It has. It went from being 50% of the market,
Half the market.
down to just 37%. Think about that. The middle class is walking out of the showroom.
And who's replacing them? The data shows buyers earning over $200,000 a year. Their share spiked from 18% to 29%.
Exactly. So the showroom is no longer for the everyman looking for a sedan. It's a boutique for the wealthy. And this feels intentional, right? The average MSRP is sitting around $51,000. That doesn't just happen by accident.
Oh, it's absolutely a strategy. Manufacturers figured out they can make way more profit on high-margin trucks and SUVs packed with tech than on, entry-level cars.
So they're just chasing that 29%.
They are. But one of the sources warns this creates a, quote, structural risk.
Structural risk. What does that mean?
Well, if your whole business model depends on wealthy buyers, what happens if they pull back? Even a little, you've already alienated your volume customer.
It's like a nightclub that raises the cover charge so high only VIPs are left, but then the room feels empty.
That's a perfect analogy, and it begs the question, if the average buyer is locked out, where do they go? They still need a car.
They go used. And this is where the whole story just flips on its head.
Completely flips the script.
We've got a report here on the used car sector, and it looks like the independent dealers are the ones winning right now.
They really are. Usually the big franchise dealers have all the advantages, but right now they're stuck with these expensive new cars that aren't moving. The independents have the inventory people can actually afford.
The report says they're selling cars much faster, too, down to just 42 days on the lot. Is that just about price?
It's about having the right stock,
Wow.
the 5, 6, 10-year-old cars. But here's the detail that really got me.
What's that?
The price for cars over 10 years old is up.
Up. A 10-year-old car should be depreciating like a rock.
Not anymore. It's up nearly 9%.
Wow.
It just shows the desperation for affordable mobility. People aren't looking for prestige. They just need something that runs and fits a budget. So they're bidding up the price of the old stuff.
So a new car market is for the rich. Yeah. The old gas car market is a battleground. But there's this third path opening up, which I think is the biggest surprise here.
The used EV market.
Yes. A report from online retailer Cinch highlights a massive 29% jump in their used EV sales.
And this is the other side of that depreciation story we've heard so much about. EV values are falling off a cliff.
Right. The bottom fell out of the market.
Well, that falling bottom is exactly why the used market is booming. The price drops made these high-tech EVs the new bargain hunter's paradise.
So wait. New gas cars are getting more expensive. Old gas cars are getting more expensive. But used electric cars are getting cheaper.
That's the sweet spot. Exactly. Consumers are smart. They see a 3-year-old EV for a fraction of its original price, and they jump on it.
The report mentions the best sellers are what you'd expect. Model 3, the Nissan Leaf. But the quickest moving list was fascinating.
I saw that. It wasn't the high-end performance model.
No. It was things like the Vauxhall Corsa, a practical, everyday little car.
Which tells you something, right? The report says buyers are prioritizing range and tech over the body style. They just want to know, can I afford it? And will the battery get me where I'm going?
It's driven by accessible pricing, pure function.
And greater choice, too. The inventory is finally there. It's not just a leaf anymore.
So the electric revolution is being driven by budget-conscious buyers, not because they're trying to save the planet, but because it's the best deal they can find.
That's the irony, isn't it? Economic necessity is pushing people toward EVs.
Okay, so the market is split. But I want to shift to the actual experience of buying a car now, because that's changing too.
Drastically. And dealers are trying to keep up.
We have some insights shared by a banking executive, and she said something that really surprised me. Trust in dealers is actually rising. It's up to 70%.
It is surprising, after decades of the slick car salesman stereotype.
Let me just go talk to my manager.
Exactly. But the digital age has made things more transparent. Buyers feel more empowered.
But the process breaks down the second they walk in the door.
The broken handoff. This is the friction point. Imagine you're a Gen Z buyer. You've spent hours online. You've used a tool like Auto Navigator. You've figured out your payment, your trade-in. You've built the whole deal.
You're ready. You've done the work.
You walk in excited, and the salesperson says, "So what are we looking for today?"
Ugh, the restart.
It's the restart, and it completely disrespects the digital work the customer did. It erodes that trust instantly.
It makes you feel like they're trying to pull a fast one.
It does. And the numbers on this are just black and white. The source compares lead quality. Generic online leads, they convert at maybe 6%.
That's terrible.
It's awful. But a high-quality experience where the customer builds the deal online first, those convert at over 36%.
Wow, it's a six-fold difference.
It is.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to affordability. For Gen Z, that's the main point of friction. If you let them figure that out at home without pressure, they show up ready to sign.
So the winning dealers are the ones who just pick up where the customer left off online.
Yes. In a market this tight, you can't afford to waste their time or play games.
But getting all those digital tools, training staff, holding the right inventory, that costs serious money.
It requires a lot of capital. Which brings us to the business response to all this pressure.
Consolidation. We're seeing it everywhere. We have an example here of Giles Automotive acquiring Petra Kia.
A classic case of M&A, mergers and acquisitions. Giles is a big group, and they're expanding their footprint into a new state, adding a new brand.
And Petrie, the seller, is focusing on their bigger metro hub.
Right. But the key detail is the mention of an advisor, Mach 10 Automotive. It shows you these aren't just handshake deals anymore. They're highly strategic professional transactions.
So why is this happening now on such a large scale?
It connects to everything we've been talking about. To handle that digital handoff, you need expensive software. To stock all this varied inventory, new luxury, old gas, used EVs, you need huge lines of credit.
Right, the interest you pay just to have cars sitting on the lot.
Exactly. The floor plan costs are massive. A single small-town store can't absorb all that. A big group with 10 stores can spread those costs around.
So you need scale to survive.
You need scale. This acquisition isn't just a business deal. It's a symptom of this entire market environment.
It's the Walmartification of car dealerships.
In a way, yeah. It's a defensive move to survive the market the manufacturers created.
Okay, let's try to wrap this all together. From luxury trucks to used EVs to the digital experience. What's the big picture?
I see three major themes. The first one is just inequality. The market has split. Manufacturers are chasing the wealthy, leaving the used market to serve everyone else.
Two different worlds. A $50,000 truck versus a $15,000 EV.
Precisely, which leads to the second theme. Opportunity. The price drop in used EVs created this unique window. They're accidentally becoming the new people's car because of depreciation.
That is a huge takeaway. If you're looking for value, the smart money is on a 3-year-old electric car. And the third theme.
Process. Because money is so tight, the buying process, that handoff, matters more than ever. It's not just about having the right car. You have to have the right experience.
There's a real tension here, though. Manufacturers want luxury margins, but consumers are driving up the price of 10-year-old cars. The industry and its customers are moving in opposite directions.
They absolutely are. And the so what, for our listeners, is pretty clear. The smart money is looking away from the new car lot right now.
And for the industry people listening.
If you can't bridge that digital to physical gap, you're going to lose. Simple as that.
It's a fascinating maybe a little worrying snapshot of where we are.
It raises a much bigger question for the future, though. One I don't think we're talking about enough.
Come on.
Well, the used market is the only affordable option left, right? But where does the used market get its supply?
From the new market.
Mhm.
A used car was once a new car.
Exactly. So if we stop selling affordable new cars, if we only sell to the top earners, where does the affordable used car of tomorrow come
Oh,
from?
wow. Yeah, we're eating the seed corn.
We could be creating a massive supply cliff a few years from now, and a better website can't fix a problem like that.
That's a heavy thought to end on. For dealers, it's about the handoff today. For everyone else, it's about whether there will even be cars to hand off in 5 years.
That's the reality.
Well, that is all the time we have for this segment of Auto News Talk. A huge thank you for connecting all those dots.
My pleasure.
And for you listening, here's something to think about. Next time you drive past a dealership, look at what's on the lot. Is it all expensive trucks? Or are they stocking those used EVs?
And check their website. If it lets you do the whole deal from your couch, they get it. They're probably one of the ones who are going to win.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll catch you on the next one.